Kathy Griffin has once again found herself at the center of a celebrity firestorm, but this time the biggest surprise wasn't a new relationship, it was the reason behind it. The comedian sent social media into absolute chaos after posting what appeared to be a hard launch of a 22-year-old boyfriend. With just one photo and a short caption, she managed to convince thousands of people that she was dating someone 43 years younger than herself. Entertainment blogs picked up the story almost immediately. Fans began debating the age gap, and critics wasted no time sharing their opinions. But what looked like another shocking Hollywood romance turned out to be something entirely different. The now viral Instagram post showed Griffin walking hand in hand with a young man while getting into a vehicle in New York City. She intentionally kept the caption incredibly short, writing, "He's 22, have at it, internet." Those 6 words were enough to create one of the biggest celebrity conversations online. Because Griffin offered no additional explanation, many people assumed she was officially introducing a new boyfriend. Within hours, screenshots of the post were circulating everywhere, with entertainment pages reporting on what they believed was her latest romance. The internet responded exactly as Kathy Griffin expected. Some followers celebrated the possibility that she had found happiness again after her difficult divorce and several challenging years. Others joked that she was living her best life and applauded her confidence, but not everyone reacted positively. Critics questioned the massive age difference and wondered whether such a relationship should be celebrated. Many argued that if the genders were reversed, the public conversation would sound completely different. The comments quickly turned into a much larger debate about celebrity relationships and society standards. As thousands of reactions poured in, Griffin appeared to enjoy watching the chaos unfold. She even responded to some of the comments by saying she couldn't stop laughing at the internet's reactions. To many observers, it looked like she was simply embracing the attention. Very few people suspected that the entire situation had been carefully planned from the very beginning. The more people argued, the more successful her experiment became. Every headline and every viral repost helped spread the story even further. Then came the twist that completely changed the narrative. Griffin revealed that the young man in the photograph was not her boyfriend at all. According to her, he had been helping provide security during her visit to New York City. She explained that the post had actually been a social media sociological experiment. Her goal wasn't to announce a relationship, but to observe how quickly people would judge an older woman they believed was dating a much younger man. Suddenly, what seemed like celebrity gossip became a conversation about public behavior online. In her follow-up post, Griffin thanked everyone who had unknowingly participated in her experiment. She explained that she had deliberately posted the photo without context because she wanted to see how people would react. She pointed out that many commenters immediately assumed the worst without asking any questions or waiting for clarification. For Griffin, the responses revealed far more about the audience than about her personal life. She believed the experiment exposed how quickly social media users jumped to conclusions based on very little information. One of the biggest observations Griffin shared involved the different reactions across social media platforms. She said Instagram users were generally supportive and playful. Many encouraged her to date whoever made her happy, regardless of age. Some praised her confidence and joked that she deserved to enjoy life after everything she had experienced. Others complimented the young man and expressed excitement over what they believed was a surprising but harmless relationship. The overall tone, according to Griffin, leaned much more positive than she expected. Threads, however, produced an entirely different atmosphere. She said she encountered far more criticism, judgment, and personal attacks there. She described seeing comments accusing her of inappropriate behavior and even using words like grooming. Others criticized her appearance, her age, and her personal choices, despite not knowing the facts. Griffin argued that the platform revealed a much harsher side of internet culture. She found it fascinating that two audiences viewing the exact same post could react so differently depending on where they saw it. The comedian said the experiment also highlighted what she believes is a major double standard in society. Hollywood has long accepted older male celebrities dating significantly younger women. Such relationships often generate headlines, but many eventually become normalized or even celebrated. Griffin believed her fake relationship demonstrated this difference in real time. Whether people agreed with her or not, the conversation quickly expanded beyond her personal life and into broader discussions about gender expectations and cultural bias. The timing of Griffin's experiment made it seem believable because she has been unusually open about her dating life in recent months. Following her divorce from Randy Bick, she publicly admitted that ending the marriage was one of the most emotionally difficult experiences of her life. She spoke honestly about feeling heartbroken and uncertain about starting over. Fans knew she had returned to the dating world, making the possibility of a new relationship seem completely realistic. That background added credibility to her carefully crafted social media posts. Griffin has also spoken openly about briefly dating a much younger man after her divorce. In interviews and social media posts, she explained that the relationship had been enjoyable, but ultimately wasn't sustainable because of the significant difference in life experience. She said younger men often approached relationships with fewer outdated ideas about gender roles, something she appreciated. However, she also admitted that long-term compatibility became difficult because they were at completely different stages of life. Those previous comments made many fans believe her latest relationship announcement without hesitation. As the story spread across entertainment websites, television programs, and social media accounts, the reactions became even more intense. Some headlines focused entirely on the shocking age difference, while others praised Griffin for refusing to let society dictate her personal life. Debate videos, podcasts, and online commentators all joined the conversation. Even people who didn't normally follow celebrity news became aware of the story because it appeared everywhere. The experiment demonstrated just how quickly modern media can amplify a single social media post into international news. Supporters of Griffin later argued that the prank successfully exposed the internet's tendency to rush to judgment. They believed many people revealed their own biases before knowing any facts. Some said the comments proved that society still holds older women to different standards than older men. Others admired Griffin for using humor instead of anger to make her point. Rather than directly criticizing the public, she simply allowed people to expose their own opinions naturally. For supporters, that made the experiment even more effective. Critics, however, weren't convinced. Some argued they would have reacted the same way regardless of gender. They insisted that enormous age gap relationships deserve public discussion because maturity, life experience, and power dynamics can create legitimate concerns. Others felt Griffin intentionally manipulated people into responding emotionally, making the experiment somewhat unfair. A number of commenters suggested that social media isn't always the best place to conduct a public sociology experiment, because reactions there often represent the loudest voices rather than the majority opinion. Regardless of which side people supported, nearly everyone agreed on one thing: Griffin succeeded in getting people to talk. She transformed one simple photograph into days of nonstop headlines without conducting a single interview beforehand. By the time she revealed the truth, millions of people had already formed opinions about a relationship that never actually existed. That alone demonstrated how powerful social media has become in shaping public perception. It also showed how quickly assumptions can spread faster than verified facts. The story also highlighted another growing trend in celebrity culture. Increasingly, stars are bypassing traditional media entirely and communicating directly with fans through social media. One carefully written Instagram caption can create more attention than an exclusive television interview. Griffin understood exactly how online audiences consume information. She recognized that people often react instantly instead of waiting for confirmation. Her experiment relied entirely on that behavior, and the results unfolded almost exactly as she predicted. Looking back, Griffin described the project as harmless fun mixed with genuine curiosity. She wasn't trying to embarrass anyone specifically. Instead, she wanted to observe how internet culture behaves when presented with an intentionally incomplete story. She believed the results revealed fascinating differences in platform culture, gender expectations, and celebrity gossip. Whether someone viewed the experiment as clever or manipulative largely depended on their perspective, but very few people denied that it generated meaningful discussion. For longtime fans, the stunt was classic Kathy Griffin. Throughout her career, she has built a reputation for challenging expectations and refusing to avoid controversy. She has never been afraid to test public opinion or push uncomfortable conversations into the spotlight. While some people have criticized her methods over the years, others admire her willingness to question cultural norms. This latest experiment fit perfectly within that long history of provocative comedy and social commentary disguised as celebrity gossip. The episode also serves as a reminder that not every viral headline tells the full story. In today's digital world, a photograph, a caption, and a few assumptions can become global news within hours. By the time the truth emerges, millions of people have already accepted the original version of events. Griffin's experiment encouraged audiences to pause before reaching conclusions based on incomplete information. Whether discussing celebrities or everyday people, context matters far more than a single viral image. In the end, Kathy Griffin never actually introduced a 22-year-old boyfriend. Instead, she introduced millions of people to an uncomfortable question about their own assumptions. Were they reacting because of the age gap itself, because the older partner appeared to be a woman, or simply because celebrity gossip encourages quick judgment? Those questions remain open for debate. What cannot be debated is the success of the experiment in generating conversation across the entertainment world. A single social media post became one of the week's biggest celebrity stories, proving once again that Kathy Griffin still knows exactly how to capture the internet's attention. As the conversation continues, many fans believe this story says just as much about modern social media as it does about Kathy Griffin herself. Every day, people form strong opinions based on limited information, share those opinions instantly, and often discover later that the complete story was very different. Griffin's viral post became a perfect example of that phenomenon. Whether you admire her strategy or disagree with it entirely, it undeniably sparked one of the most fascinating celebrity debates of the week. And in an entertainment industry driven by attention, that may have been the entire point from the very beginning. Make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more celebrity updates just like this.